I believe the Fed's phasing out of its quantitative easing program will not cause financial or economic instability in the US and with its trading partners. I think after months of coordination and practice, the Fed and the market have finally become good dance partners. The market have learned how to read the Fed's cues and anticipate its next moves, and at the same time, the Fed has definitely improved upon its communication skills and learned not to surprise the market by improvising. I think there are two main reasons why the Fed can taper without causing financial instability in the US. The first main reason is that the Fed is trying to be as predictable as possible. It tries to communicate potential changes in the policy weeks before it's implemented to the market. On Tuesday, in Janet Yellen's first address to the Congress as the new chairwoman of Fed, she said, "I expect a great deal of continuity in Fed's approach to the monetary policy," and the market greeted her lack of surprise favorably. The Dow moved up 1.2% on Tuesday after her address. Secondly, and more importantly, I think the Fed's tapering schedule actually has a stabilizing effect on U.S. financial economy because the Fed is leaving the timetable of the tapering loose, meaning that it hasn't set a fixed timetable for its tapering, and that the fact in itself actually stabilizes the U.S. stock market. For example, the February's job report was weak. We only gained 75,000 new jobs, and after that, the January job report came out, and we only created 113,000 new jobs, well below expectation. In the pre-market trading, the stock went down, but quickly the stock reversed its course and went up again because the market expected that if the economic data continue to be weak, the Fed is going to slow down or maybe even pause its tapering program. And as you can see, the economic data, the strength of the economic data, and the market's expectation of the Feds to either accelerate or slow down its tapering actually has a balancing out effect. So, for example, if the economic data was very positive, the market will fear that the Fed will accelerate its tapering program, so the stock market will not move up as much. So instead of seeing drastic upwards and downwards movement in the stock market, you can actually see a smoothing curve in the stock market because of its tapering program. And on the domestic front, lastly, I think what the best monetary policy can achieve is to inject confidence into the market and to accelerate the recovery process. But the monetary policy in itself cannot generate growth, economic growth. And economic growth is generated through better allocation of resources and innovation. And companies can only achieve growth on their own. And I think through 2013, a lot of companies have grown their bottom lines, and that created a positive outlook on the U.S. economy. And with regards to the tapering having an unstable effect on the emerging market, I know that some people believe that with the strengthening of the dollar, resources are going to be pulled out of the emerging market into the US, and thus creating an unstabilizing effect on the emerging market's currency. But that's not actually the case because the pull out of funds from the emerging market is going to be gradual rather than drastic. And with the pull out of funds from the emerging market currency is going to depreciate. That's true. But with the depreciation of their currency, the emerging markets export is going to rise accordingly because goods seem relatively cheaper and more attractive. So the depreciation and the increase in export actually balances each other out. Many people point to Turkey as an example of the instant stabilizing effect of tapering on the emerging market. That's actually not true because Turkey has its own problems. It has a very deep-rooted political problem in itself. So I don't think the currency problem is actually caused by U.S. tapering per se. Thank you for taking the time to watch my video. Have a wonderful day.